It's FriYay! Come on in, let's get busy, ladies. We have things to do today. And you know what it means when it's FriYay, right? It's Q&A. And boy, do we have some questions today. And boy, do I have some answers. Pinkies up, Yvonne. Good to see you. Yvonne in Whittier, my hometown. I grew up in Whittier, California, if anyone knows where that is. That's where I grew up. Hi, Mia. Hi, Carla. Good to see you. Martha's in the house. So's Heather. Yay. Hi, Catherine. I'm so glad you're here too, Mia. There's my girl, Gwen. And Sarah's here. Hi, Susan. Pinkies up. We're going to be pinking up all day long today. Juanita, hello. Hi, Susan. Got another Susan in the house and another Heather. Hello, hello. Hi, Kimmy. Hi, Jeanette. Janice is here. Mary Ann is here. And Angie's in the house too. Yay. And there's our girl Jenny. Hi, Jane. Oh, so good to see everyone. Let's see. Man, I've been drinking coffee today. Hi, Joanne. Hi, Jen. My girl. Carla's here. Tomorrow is the Kentucky Derby. Yes, I've been seeing that. I've been thinking about you, Carla. Hi, Marlena. Rosemary. Hi. I'm so glad. Mary Ann is here too. Yeah, another Heather. My goodness, we're bringing in the Heathers today. Hi, Denise. Good to see everyone. This is Romper Room. And for all of you who are new, we do a whole hello thing. If you happen to say hello for the first minutes of the show, I'm going to say hello right back to you. Because I believe we are not just a show, we are a community. And that's what makes it special, and that's what makes it fun. Yep, there's Dawn and Susan. Hello, hello, hello. Good to see everyone. So we're getting ready to go into the weekend. Yay! So it's FriYay. You know what FriYay means, right? Amy, I haven't seen you in a while. Hello, good to see you. And Beverly there. She has 6 grandkids at her house. She's got 19 total, you guys. 19. You love my blouse? Thank you. It's a little something I pulled out of Marshall's on sale. It was like less than 10 bucks. Yes, there's a bunch of Heathers, all you Heathers. And there's a few Tinas. And we're bringing in the Kathys now. Here we go. Come on, y'all. Let's bring it on. Oh my goodness. I love it. It's so much fun. Anyway, so today is, you know what, our big day. It's a big Q&A Friday. And boy, do we have some questions. Now, Jenny, don't you be going and putting any more questions in here. Every once in a while, I'll see another one sneak in and I'm like, hold the phone. We're in the middle of this whole thing. Anita, it's good to see you too. Cheers to everyone. I'm drinking the very last of my old hot melt mix. Everybody's wondering, always wonders, what are you drinking? What are you drinking? 17 grandchildren and 2 greats. My word. Now here come the Jennifers. Hi, Jennifer. Yes, I mean, we just seem to have, we keep doing this. But anyway, this is the end of my hot melt mix. What we have, though, is hot melt mix 2.0. What is this? It's an electrolyte mix that also has exogenous ketones in it and MCT oil to put the whole thing on rocket fuel. It's amazing stuff. I drink it every single day. This is part of your hydration equation. All right? Just thought I'd throw it out there. Because people always ask me, what on earth are you? Look at, yes, Marianne's doing the 4-minute workout. I'm telling you, if you've got questions about that 4-minute workout, you should ask me while I'm here because, I'm here to help. Anyway, let's get busy. We've got a lot of questions to answer. Sprint is starting next week. Who's in? If Pinky's up, man. If you're doing it with me next week, who is in? Not 98% of the way, 100% of the way. Remember what we spoke about in yesterday's show? Yesterday's show, we talked about being all in. Mia, the 4-minute workout is to die for. well, no, it's not quite to die for. Let's just put it to you this way. It dumps nitric oxide, helps to build muscle, which then revs up your metabolism. You can do it 3 times a day. It takes a minute. You can find it on YouTube. Put Zach Bush MD in the 4-minute workout in the search window in YouTube, and boom shakalaka, there you go. I'm telling you, it's all about, this is what I'm talking about. There's my pinkies up, girls. Are you 100% in? Who's 100%? If you're 100% in, I want you to throw down the hearts like you mean it. Like, love me up, Buttercup. Give it to me. Throw them down. And if you don't, where did I get my seat? I got that, it was like $18, or even less than that. I got it off of Amazon. I just put Peloton seat cover because my butt is sore. Can I tell you? My butt is sore, and it hits your lady bits too, I'm not gonna lie. So, you know, hey, things gotta toughen up. I wear padded shorts and that seat gel thing. 100%, Jane's in 100%. So's Marguerite. I love my 100% girls. You know, yesterday I shared this little bit that I got from a friend of mine, George Bryant, and he said this, which I thought was so incredible. It just went, my mind went like this. And that is, when you're in 98%, that means you're kind of still toe in the water, maybe toe out. There's a lot of thinking going on. There's decision fatigue. There's like, maybe I do this, maybe I do that, and on and on and on it goes. When you make a decision and you say, you know what, I'm in 100%, all that decision fatigue goes. And now you're in it to win it. I am a school nurse, and I think that is the best form of birth control. I love it. Thanks for sharing that, Melissa. Well, you know what? It would be, wouldn't it? Kids can be something. Anyway, so those of you who are in 100%, yes. Those of you who want to get in, go to savingdinner.com/sprint. We did a very unfortunate presentation on Monday showing you what the sprint was about. We had to abandon ship on Crowdcast, and we had to run over to here. So it's here if you want to see like how to crush it. It's right here in these videos right here on Facebook, so it's there. Otherwise, just go to savingdinner.com/sprint and pick up your guide. It's free, of course. We're also, by the way, we've got Cooking Camp available. I've seen a lot of people buying it, and thank you for that. Cooking Camp is something that I did about 5 years ago in answer to, how do you cook? I just, you know, I want to be able to cook well. I want to be able to do a few things. Books overwhelm me. What do I do? Well, what I did was take out all the fluff and go to the meat of the matter and go boom shakalaka, boom, 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 boom. That's how it works. You know, do this, do that. This is how you pick your groceries. This is how you do mise en place. This is how you get your things set together. This is how you clean it up. This is how you make it easy. Because there's skills involved. It's not brain surgery, but there's skills involved. And I'm going to tell you what, when you get this, 17 lessons, don't let that freak you out, but they're quick, they're easy, there's video, there's a worksheet, all that stuff, and it's just, you know, I kept thinking about, if it were me, what would I want? In this time of my, you know, in my needs, this is what I would want. So I created it that way, and we've had a lot of really good feedback. savingdinner.com/camp if you want to take a peek-see. And it's a good price when you consider how much those things cost out there. Come on, it's a really good deal. We have Saving Dinner. This is our, we always do a supplement of the week. And this week it is glycozyme. Gosh, this is so hard to do. Glycozyme. Boom, boom. That's like an Instagram post now, right? Glycozyme. Glycozyme is one of the supplements I am most proud of, because not only does it help with digestion, have 8 different enzymes to do so, it also helps with keeping your blood sugar under control. This is important if you've been weight loss resistant, and if you've had issues with your digestion and all of that. This is an incredible proprietary formula that will get you to the place you want to go. I love this stuff, and I think it's just incredible. You put 3 in your cart, we'll put the 4th one in for you and give it to you free. Put ships free in your little code when you're, you know, checking out. We'll also pay for the shipping for you. So that's an amazing deal. And I've told you a million times, I don't pay retail. And so I'm showing you, this is how you do it. This is how you get stocked up, take advantage of all the supplements that we have, because sooner or later, that supplement that you're wanting is going to be on our supplement of the week. That's all I'm saying. And when you spend $200 in our shop, we send you this darling little mindful mug. Isn't it so cute? And this is our Pinkies Up cup. This is the way that we roll as a group, as a community, connected. And it keeps us mindful when we eat, because we have that little broth before we eat, our Target trifecta plate. Everything lines up, you know? Think about that. Isn't it so good when everything lines up and it just feels calming? That's being in 100% right there. So anyway, grab your glycosine while you can and put 3 in your cart. The 4th one we'll do for you, and we'll ship it absolutely free. As long as you live here in the United States, you've got it. Full Bloom is on Saturday, September 26th. You're going to want to be there. It is our virtual conference. It would be great to be here, wouldn't it? On my deck, overlooking the beautiful Blue Ridge Mountains. Can't do it. We got this little thing called a pandemic. So rather than just cancel the whole thing, we're going to do it virtually. We're going to keep doing it virtually until we can meet in person. But my whole thing is this. I don't expect you to get on an airplane. I certainly won't get on an airplane right now. I don't want to be wearing a mask. When I meet you face to face, I am going to give you a full-on hug. That's it. I don't want this mask business and social distancing. That's for now. But when we meet in person, when we have our get-together today, or this month, when we have our get-together this month, we're going to love you up as much as I can in a distance, right? But when we get together, you better believe I'm going to be all over you like wet on rice, because that's how I roll. I'm a big hugger. Just letting you know. So if you don't like to be hugged, you need to wear a little sticker that says, "Don't hug me," because I'm after you. That's how I roll. All right, and don't forget too, in October, we're doing the holiday cruise. We're doing the holiday cruise workshop. And this is cruising through the holidays. This is the Fly Lady system on steroids. We're going to take you through all of it and show you exactly what to do when. Plus, the swag bag is ridiculously off the hook. I mean, you should just pay for this. You know, I just buy the ticket to get the swag bag. We have over $200 worth of goodies in there. You're going to love it. You can find out all about it at savingdinner.com/cruise. And I think that's all the things that we have. Yay. My phone seems, there you go. I look like I was falling over somehow. All right, well, I see a bazillion questions here. Let's go with 8 anyway. So let's get started, because I want to make sure I answer all of your questions. And don't forget, Norma, I'm glad you're a big hugger, because I want to give you a big hug. When I saw your post today in the Hot Melt Sprint group, I just loved it. I was just like, that's my girl Norma right there. So I love seeing you represent your lives and showing a little snapshot of where you are, because it makes me feel connected to you. And that's part of what we do as a community, right? We want friendships. We want connections. Nothing wrong with that. We do them as best we can. All right, Rebecca's got a question. I started back to work on Thursday. What do you recommend as a replacement for the smoothie during the Hot Melt Sprint? Chia seed pudding? I can't make the smoothie at school during work. I leave at 7 and get home at 4. Okay, couple of things you can do. One is you can take everything with you and make your smoothie up fresh and get yourself a little traveling blender. They're $14. And Hamilton Beach makes them. You can get them on Amazon. And I have one. I used to carry it in my backpack when I travel. I've made smoothies in the airport before. So I know about this, and these are things that you can do, right? But the other thing that I would say to you is you could do a smoothie, put it and make it like add the protein, the perfect paleo protein, and make a chia seed pudding out of that. Just make that and then put some chia seeds in it, make a chia seed pudding, and you can have that for your smoothie as well, and just take that in a cold thing. Yeah, that'll work. But you've got to get the protein in. You know, we need the protein in there. There's some fat in the chia, there's fiber in the chia. So yeah, it's not perfect, but it's doable, right? And it's excellent still. All right, Jane says, my question to you, you mentioned not caring for the old water filter system used to promote, which I purchased, Clearly Filter. Why do you prefer the Berkey? What size do you and Mark have for just the two of you? I'm trying to decide to buy the replacement filters for my Clearly Filtered, which I've not used for a while, or jump in on a Berkey. All right, so here's my honest assessment of Clearly Filtered. I was madly in love with that thing because it's the only, you know, on countertop reverse osmosis water thing I've ever seen. But mine broke, and then they replaced it and sent me another one, and then that one broke. And I was like, well, what's up with that? You know, because they want me to sell their product, they sent me a free one. So I'm thinking maybe they're sending me back the refurbished ones or whatever. But I was just not confident that this would continue to work. And the filters are quite expensive, each one, because there's like 3 or 4 cartridges, so it starts to add up. So I went and fished my Berkey back out because I had that, and you know, I mean, they sent me this in the beginning and said, try this out. And you know, reverse osmosis, I've always wanted a reverse osmosis for the house, but you know, that's really expensive, and it's also not very practical if you're living in a house that's a rental house, which we have for the last couple of years. Getting ready to buy now. Oh, and I'll tell you the story of the house we saw this morning. You're just gonna die. But the Berkey is is standard issue. There's no parts to go wrong. There's no like you hit this. There's no switch to hit so that it doesn't work. The Berkey filter system was created in World War II because it makes pond water potable, meaning you can drink pond water once it's filtered through here. It takes out chlorine, it takes out fluoride. These are things that I want to be taking out. It takes out pesticides, it takes out all the heavy metals, and it's just probably one of the cleanest water filter systems ever. Now, there's room for 4 systems. There are 2 clay and 2 carbon, and that's what I have. And between both of them, you've just got the cleanest water ever. Which ours already is clean because we are on a, what do you call it? Some kind of a well, it's pristine water. Artesian well, that's what it is. And we have very pristine water. We've had it tested, it's clean as a whistle. But I still, you know what it is? It's the pipes that it comes through. It's all of that stuff. And those things need to be always looked at, always. We have to be looking at that because we don't know, you know, the water might be tested fine, but what, you know, is it slimy in there? Is it coming through lead pipes? What pipes is it coming through? Is there whatever? Now, if you're in the city, what we're dealing with now is pharmaceuticals. There's pharmaceuticals in most city water. Did you know that? There's Viagra in there. You need Viagra? Drink some water. It's very, very, very important to always filter your water, unless you're willing to go test it and test it often to make sure. So that's what I would say. Why do I like the Berkey? The Berkey it's easy to clean. You take the filters out, you take them apart. You use a green Scotch thing to wash them. Take them outside and let them dry in the sun, and just, you know, it's easy. No soap, no nothing, just clean them off and make sure they're nice and scrubbed. And then you put everything else through the dishwasher, and it's sanitized, it's clean, and it does an amazing job. Now, our Berkey had a little plastic, you know, what do you call it, dispenser thingy. It broke when we moved. So I, you know, went to Berkey to go get a replacement knob, and I'm going for a little plastic thing. It was just ridiculously expensive. And my daughter has a Berkey too. I gave her one years ago, and she had the same thing, and hers broke off. They bought a $7 metal spigot, that's the word, and it works just fine. So we got the same one, and it works great. So that's my recommendation, is a Berkey water filter. We have a smaller one. My daughter has the big one. I gave her the one that we had when you know, the kids were growing up, and also when I got the clearly filtered water thing, I was like, I don't need 2 water systems, so I gave her that one, and then I bought a smaller one and just dug it out again. So Anyway, it works. It's great. And that's the one I would recommend to you. Anne is asking, I am new to the program and have been drinking Prove It Keto for a year, which is an exogenous ketone drink. I'd like to know if your hot milk mix is basically the same thing. I've ordered the hot milk mix and look forward to trying it. I can't wait. Yay! So yes, this is exogenous ketone. This is hot milk mix, by the way. And it is exogenous ketones. And there's also, there's a lot of, there's MCT oil in it. And there's also electrolytes. And all of this keeps you balanced. It's really energizing, hydrating to your cells. With that and the fiber, it's hydrating to your cells. It is absolutely incredible. I love, love, love hot milk mix. It tastes good, and you see me this time till 3 o'clock when I have tea. This is my drink. This is what I drink. Now, one of the reasons that I love it, of course, is it tastes good and it's also refreshing. Sometimes I will, at the very end, you'll end up getting some sludge and sediment. You see that on the bottom? I'll put a little Pellegrino in there, some mineral water, you know. Oh my gosh, it's just like a very refreshing drink, so it has a good flavor. Plus it has all like the ketones in it, keeps you in ketosis, and it also has the exogenous ketones, really good stuff. The same ones, as a matter of fact, that are in your brand. The difference is, this is a 30-day supply, and it's I think it's $89. And you know, the exogenous ketones are important because some of them are not what GRAS generally referred to as safe, generally regarded as safe is what GRAS means. Most of them aren't. Truvit is, and so is ours. It's the same ketone mix. You want to hear something? They charge $130 for 20 servings. We charge $89 for 30, so it's double the price. The other thing that I don't like about theirs is it has sugar alcohol in it. Now, sugar alcohol, let me tell, do you want to know what sugar alcohol does, ladies? Okay, it's just us, right? It can give you horrible gas. I mean, horrible, clear the room gas. Make your belly bloat out like you're pregnant, and it just will, you could blow the roof off your house. That's what happens sometimes. I do not like anything with sugar alcohols in them. They're just very disruptive and can disrupt your whole thing. It also has 5 grams of carbs. 5 grams of carbs. You know how many ours has? None. 0. We don't need to be getting carbs from other things other than green fiber. That's what I say. So it is, yeah, this is something that I just say, this is a way better choice, a way better price. And when we have this on special, and we do on occasion, right? I don't think we are gonna for a while, but you know, can you imagine buying 3 of these and getting a 4th one free? That's a great screaming deal. And then we pay the shipping costs, of course. Well, but even so, just buying at retail, or if you buy 5 of these, I believe 5 or 6 of these, you can get it for 25% off because we have bulk pricing as well. My whole thing is this, 100%. You have to 100% take good care of yourself, right? And you have to 100% also be doing electrolytes and exogenous ketones and fiber if you want to adequately hydrate. This is a big part of the hydration equation. I went down a rabbit hole of research on this, and it's just like, boom. I can't even tell you. What's horrible, Jane? She said, it's horrible, horrible. Take it from me. I don't know. Anyway, you've ordered, she says, Anne says, I've ordered the hot milk mix and look forward to trying. Can't wait. You'll love it. There's some people who say, well, it's too orangey for them or whatever. I say put a squeeze of lime in there, put a squeeze of lemon in there if you don't like it. I like it. I think it's delicious. But yes, that's what it is. It's buy any 6 of any of the same product and you'll end up saving 25%. Oh, Jane said the gas. Yeah, we're talking about gas. I'm telling you that, and there are some people who are super sensitive to any kind of sugar alcohols. I'm one of them, and it just makes me miserable. absolutely miserable. And you know, if I'm sensitive to it, I make sure that I let you know that that's going to be a problem. So that Prove It stuff, man, I don't know how they sell it for that price. That's a lot of money. So anyway, now you know. Hot Melt Mix to the rescue. All right, let's see what else we got here. I promise you it's coming. We got a Mary Sankis. I am beginning to use your products. It feels good to be able to trust. I understand that. You know, there is a lot of stuff that is made overseas that we just don't know the quality. We don't know the integrity of the outfit doing them. We don't know anything about the ingredients. We don't know how the efficacy of them. We don't know the cleanliness of the facility. So when you see cheap supplements, you're going to get a cheap product. Never buy that cheap garbage. Promise me, okay? Promise me. It's not worth it. You know, you can get really sick on some of this stuff. So anyway, Mary, sorry, sidetracked. Mary said, my daughter's in the health field and made me promise to never buy from GNC, Walgreens, etc. a decade ago. Researching can be a career. Amen, sister. It sure can be. My question is, when the directions say take 4, is that at once or throughout the day? It is at once, because the only one that we have that says to take 4 is Crave Crusher. You need that much in there in order for it to do its job. So I know it's the hardest one, you know, 4 capsules, but big deal. It does the job. It's super effective. I love it. I use it in conjunction with the L-glutamine. And again, you know, I keep L-glutamine a little bit in a dish on my desk. And this is exactly how it works. And we have this in the shop. You know, you just put a little bit on your clean hands, and it goes on your teeth, your gums, your tongue, and it cuts that craving off at the knees, because there's a pleasure center in your brain that's where it goes for. So I would just strongly suggest that if you have an issue with cravings, you want Crave Crusher. That's the one that Mary was talking about. That's the 4. And then you also want to have something that's going to take care of business like right away. That's why I keep this on my desk. So that's what you do with that one. And we do have, by the way, for any of you who are taking our supplements, we have a list that shows you exactly how to take your supplements for all of our supplements. Nobody else's, of course, but this is how we do them. And Evie, I think I said it right this time. Evie has a question. She tells me I'm doing better with her name. Short E, V, Evie. Yeah, see, I did it right. Okay. Evie had a question. She said, I heard you mention on one of your shows that you need to have the same amount of calcium as magnesium. Why? I have been taking 600 to 400 calcium to 400 magnesium. My daughter takes 1,000 calcium to 400 milligrams of magnesium. Are there any problems in doing this? Yes, there is. All right, let me explain this to you. The old research supports having basically a 3-to-1 ratio of calcium to magnesium. New research is showing that calcium can cause, because it's a great big molecule and it's harder for your body to metabolize, that it can cause problems. So here's the deal on this, and this is absolutely important. Having that magnesium on a 1-to-1 ratio will help to mitigate calcium and help to get it metabolized better. The new research is showing us that what we need to be doing is a 1-to-1 ratio, because that magnesium is just as important as the calcium. Okay, that's the latest research. That's why ours is a 1-to-1 ratio, and it's important. You don't want calcium getting deposited in your arteries, do you? You know, we don't want that, and we certainly don't want kidney stones. This is the risk when we have the 3-to-1 calciums. And also, there's like different calciums out there, and some are more easily digested than others. But the magnesium is the offsetter, and having it on a 1-to-1 is massively important. Also understand that most of us, 85% as a matter of fact, are magnesium deficient. So, you know, I've talked to a lot of people, and a lot of women especially, who are of a certain age, who are magnesium deficient and have restless leg syndrome. Well, bump up your magnesium and see what happens. It might go away. So, and you remember too that your heart is your biggest muscle, is your most important muscle that you have. When you're taking your magnesium, you're also feeding your heart, because that is for our muscles. So that's why we do it on a one-to-one. And you can, you know, you can Google that and find that in a PubMed. You can, that's where I got the information from. One-to-one, use ours. It's the best. And use it in conjunction with vitamin D. On my Facebook page, my personal Facebook page, I read this fascinating study that just came out about COVID and about the important, really, at the end of the day, I can just sew it up for you and wrap it around with a big fat ribbon and say, you need to be taking your vitamin D. And, you know, the recommendations are a lot lower than what I would recommend if you're not getting enough sun. And we have our vitamin D, it's 4,000 international units per day. And in conjunction with the CalMag, they work beautifully. This is why the Core 4 is the Core 4. You know, all of them work together beautifully. We've had so many wonderful testimonials from people who say, I feel so much better now. Well, yeah, I get it. Because when we're missing our core nutrients, we don't perform well. We're tired all the time. We're not sleeping well. We want to nod off in the middle of the afternoon. We have aches and pains of this and that. When you get what you need, you feel better. Pretty good how that works, right? This is from Susan. Oh, come on, my little computer friend. I'll get there in a minute, y'all, I promise. Oh, here we go. Susan says, are both CalMag pills taken at the same time, or should they be separated? No, take them at the same time. Like I said, we have the list of how to take our supplements, and we often, as a matter of fact, it's probably, I'm sure Jenny's already put it out, but there's a way to do it. And basically all of our supplements are taken at one time, with a couple of exceptions. Did you see what Susan just said? Core 4 has made a wonderful difference in my life. Yeah, it will. You know, I'm not trying to fill everybody up with all these supplements. Although I could show you my little supplement dish. I take all of our stuff. I take it all. And I take some stuff that's not ours because I haven't developed it yet, but I will, I will put those in. We're working on a whole immune boosting lineup. So we've got about 4 supplements. Those are all in the works right now. But just, taking our supplements is an act of self-care. This is how we take really good care of ourselves, and we guard our health. Now, it's not a be-all, end-all. I mean, it doesn't have, can't do everything. But when you take it with your food, okay, it's like giving your food an extra nutrient boost. Your body recognizes all of it together. It works better together. That's why we do it that way. The only difference is there's 3 supplements that you take separately, okay? The first one is Leptofix, and the second one is SAMe. You take those in the morning on an empty stomach because that's how their efficacy works. At night, you take your probiotic, okay? Yeah, Norma said same thing. Catherine said same thing. Core 4 has made a difference. They're the best supplements ever. Look how long it took us to put them together because we were going back and forth with the formulator. We got them. I got all the science out and said, this is what we want. Can you help me out? So, isn't it fun that we get to do that though? We get to do the best for us. And that's what these are. Efficacy for days in a clean, USA-based plant. Everything's in capsules so it's digested well. Only the best for my lovelies. So if you're not taking your supplements, I want you to promise me that you will start, okay? Make that part of your routine. First thing in the morning when you're doing your hydration station, put your supplements out. That's what I do. Get them ready so that you have them. And then when you break your fast, that's the key, take them with your food, except the ones that I just told you don't, right? Take them with food. Take them with your smoothie. Also food. That's also food. And I just did that. I broke my fast around noon today, and I had a smoothie, and I took all of those supplements. And I'll tell you something, you know what else is really great? They go down so easily, you know, when you're taking a smoothie, because a big, heavy smoothie going down. Vicki also said, Core 4's made a difference for me. Joanne says they're the best. What can I say? We've got some fans. They're good stuff. This is my girl, Kelly. I just got your testimonial, Kelly. Thank you. That was so sweet. She says, okay, we got some bunch of questions. Do you know if Lyrica causes weight gain? I've got some answers for you on that. I have to take it for nerve damage and I can't get a straight answer. Well, I went diving into PubMed and apparently it does, and it can be quite problematic. I thought I wrote down some notes. Maybe I did not. Anyway, it said in there in PubMed that it can cause weight gain. That's part of the whole thing with this particular medication. However, if you go to Lyrica's website and you look at the, you know, I mean, it's just, you read all of the side effects and the contraindications and all of that. It's pretty hefty and made my eyes kind of bug out of my head. It said nothing about weight gain though. But Reddit had a whole bunch of people talking about the weight gain, and like it was pretty substantial. There was one woman who said that she had gained in the first month 15 pounds and then after started gaining a pound a day. Can you imagine? And she just stopped taking it. So, I mean, I read all of these things with people. Then I said, okay, that's enough of that. I need to go find the research that's going to support that. And, you know, that's what I found, is that the side effects, this was in PubMed. And this is based on a research study of people who are taking this particular Lyrica. It's Pegmolin or something. I can't remember exactly what it is. That's the, you know, generic term for it. But wow, yeah, it does cause, and you'll find that it's pretty crazy. Jane just signed up for Full Bloom. Yay, Jane! I'm so glad. It's gonna be so fun. I can't wait. Last night I was up all night thinking about, not all night, but you know. As I was going to sleep, I was thinking, oh yeah, I can't wait to do this. Oh yeah, I can't wait to share this. There's gonna be some good stuff, and it's gonna be such a nice connection. I love connecting. All right, the second question she has, if you order 6 of the supplement of the week, you get 2 free. Yes, you do. And you get free shipping. Like I said, it's just, you know, it's a no-brainer. Of course you should do this. Everyone should. This is how you should do your supplements. Because, you know, as long as we keep doing this, as long as we can keep doing this, I mean, we buy a whole bunch of one and not so many of others so that we can do the supplement of the week, because our price goes down and we pass it on to you. That's how it works. And I like a deal, so I figured you guys would too. So yeah, do that. Does black coffee break the fast? No, it does not. Understand that anything with calories in it will break a fast. So if you're breaking your fast with hot melt mix, it is breaking your fast. But understand too that if you decide to do like a dirty fast that day, and I think we have somewhere I wrote it out, what a dirty fast, like a dirty collagen loading fast would look like. It's bone broth, collagen shots, and hot melt mix throughout the day for just about 500 calories. And it's a great way to shake the box when you need to shake the box, when you need to take things into the, you know, into the place of, you know, I got to get something going here. I'm on this plateau. It's insane. I just did a whole teaching yesterday in Hot Milk Club and Take Back Your Life in my coaching groups on breaking a plateau. Wasn't that good information? I mean, it blew my head off. I went, you know, I go down the rabbit hole, you guys. I go into the research and see what they have to say. And it's fascinating. There's always something new happening. Do you understand something? This blows me away. We've only found parts. We found like little parts of our bodies that we didn't even know. We didn't even know. Like, for example, do you know leptin was discovered in the mid-90s? They didn't even know leptin existed. And now there's this whole thing of leptin resistance. That's a whole new thing that I've been going and researching. Leptin resistance, what I'm seeing, is coming before insulin resistance. So if you have the inability to lose weight, your insulin's broken, you should be taking Leptofix. You should be taking Leptofix because that will help to fix it. But it's a lot like insulin resistant. It's not like there's not any leptin there. There is, but you're resistant to having it have its effect. And this is why you're hungry all the time. This is why you can't lose weight. This is why your appetite's out of control. It's really interesting. So, sorry, that was a rabbit hole. But my point is that there's only so much we know. There's so much yet to be discovered. When we're discovering things in the 90s, hormones we didn't know that we had, and a whole the endocannabinoid system, which is based all over your body and has receptors. That's why CBD is so big right now, because we're understanding that that's a nourishing thing that helps with pain. It helps with all kinds of stuff. I'll be doing more stuff about that. We've got a CBD webinar if you want to see it, and we got a great deal from this company in it's Ojai Naturals, and they gave us a screaming deal on it. Their stuff is amazing. And I take it, I drink it, I use the drops, and I use the cream, you know, sometimes when I go to bed to help sleep a little bit. So it's pretty good. Anyway, back to the question and out of the rabbit hole. I wonder if I can, let's see, I take SAMe and probiotics as soon as I get up. I wonder if I can take all the supplements at that time. They don't bother me on an empty stomach. I fast every day, and I would like to take all the supplements as early as possible. I know this doesn't line up with the how to take the supplements chart, but I wonder if it's okay. Will it affect the way the supplements work? Absolutely. So here's the thing. You know, I'm going to use an analogy. One of the reasons why we have B complex and not just all these individual Bs, which you can still do, is the Bs work better together. They work amazing together, and they really need to be together. And then if you have to add in an extra B12 or whatever, and most hypothyroid people like me or Hashimoto's folks like me need extra B12, I have an extra B12. But I also have my B complex that I take, and I take a little extra of the other. But taking them by itself, it's like listening to a tuba do a solo. Not really great, but a tuba in a marching band, fabulous. So understand that's how this whole thing works, that they work together as a symphony. So we understand that about B complex. Understand this about supplements. When you are taking your supplements and you're taking them with some kind of food, your body's going to recognize all of it together as food. And it's going to say, here we go, we're going to break it all down. It's like eating an extra rich, supplementally rich dinner. You've got all this B complex, you've got all this vitamin, you know, this, that, and the other thing. All of those things at one time when you're breaking your fast with whatever you're breaking your fast is what you want to be doing. Because if you do that, your body is going to absorb it that much better. And it's going to be a whole lot more effective. So let's keep in mind, this is what we need to do. Supplements should be supplemental to your food. So take them with food or a smoothie. Yeah. And if you can take your probiotic first thing in the morning on an empty stomach without it bothering you, then cool. I take mine in the evening, and I always just have this vision of all the little probiotic guys down there duking it out with the bad guys in my intestinal tract. You know, I have a vivid imagination apparently. Anyway, Christy asks, which one of your books tells the most of your story to get to know you better? Well, aren't you a sweetheart? The beginning of my story you'll find in Body Clutter, and the next part of my story you'll find in Part-Time Paleo, because Part-Time Paleo is based on my journey out of debilitating Hashimoto's, essentially, because I changed my diet to be somewhat of to be pretty much a full-on paleo diet. This is when I first learned about bone broth from my dear friend Terry Walls. And if you know her, Terry Walls is, she calls herself the Walls Warrior, and she is a doctor who had secondary relapsing MS, found herself getting ready to be bedridden. She was, so much so, she was in a tilt recline wheelchair. She couldn't even sit in a regular wheelchair. She'd just slide right out. So that's where she was, and she did all the research, and she got rid of, she was actually on a vegetarian diet and started adding meat, started adding other things, and everything changed. Everything changed. Lots of supplements, everything. And so she kind of mentored me in the whole nutrition. She gave me a whole new perspective of what it was to be a nutritionist. This is probably early 2005, 2006. Yeah, right around then. I guess that's when we met. Maybe later than that, 2010. I don't know. I don't remember. But she changed the vision that I had for what nutrition could do and how incredibly important this was, and that how, you know, it's like, what is a carrot? You know, a carrot is beta carotene. A carrot is going to just make everything change as far as you know, your vitamin A intake, because that's what is a precursor. Beta carotene is a precursor to vitamin A. But all of the different colors, she's incredible. Oh gosh, Jane's been to several of her in-person workshops. Well, I have been out to her house. I've stayed with her. We've done book signings together. We're dear friends, and I love her to death. And I mentored her in getting her business online and helping her with some things. We did some workshops together online and way back in the day. And I absolutely adore her. But she is the one who opened my eyes to the power of nutrition and how it can change everything. It is a humongous needle mover. And you can also do it. This is my whole thing. This is my quest, right? And my mission. To have people understand, first of all, know how to cook, because this is how you feed yourself and you get the nutrition in. And secondarily, that it can be a delicious experience. It's not deprivation. You know, it's not deprivation, getting away from all that stuff that's just killing you. There's food that can kill, and there's food that can nurture. There's a big difference. And really, there's not anything in between. You know, food is not neutral. Food is either for you or against you. And Terry just opened my eyes. Do you remember that? Jane went to one of our virtual workshops. Yeah. I mean, we did several. I think we did like 8, maybe even. We did a whole bunch of different things together. And she's just a brilliant, beautiful, compassionate woman. I adore her. Adore her. And her son is a state, and I knew him when, right? Her son is a state senator in Iowa now. And she's got quite a story, and I adore her. If you want to see a TED Talk that'll blow your socks off, just Google just TED Talk plus Terry Walls. And it almost doesn't even matter. Terry, and last name is Wahls. And just watch it. It'll floor you. She went from a tilt recline wheelchair from you know, a year later doing a 17-mile bike race. That's how powerful nutrition is. That's why I say, take your supplements when I tell you to take them, because I want full efficacy for you. That's why we're so picky about the supplements that we bring in. This is why we have the ones available that we have available. This is why all the science is behind them. All of these reasons why. I believe 100%, I would stake everything that I've got on, you know, this is the way we do things. And the reason is because it elevates you and takes you to the next level of how you feel. And when you see women, you know, and we do in the Hot Melt group all the time, the Hot Melt Sprint group, you see women saying, I don't have any more pain. I feel so great. I lost 4 inches around my waist. I lost 10 pounds. I lost 13 pounds. I lost 7 pounds. This is crazy. You know, it's fantastic. Yes, I did. I went to the new Pioneer Co-op, and they had a kale salad. It was called Walls Kale Salad or something in the deli. Yes, I went to the new Pioneer Co-op. I went to the book. We did a book signing down in I can't remember. They had a cute little something, Prairie Lights bookstore or something. Anyway, so that's it for the questions. If you have a question for next week, all you have to do is send it in. Send it in to support@savingdinner.com in that subject line, question for Leanne on Friday. Next Friday, I'll answer it for you right here. Same bat channel, same bat station. Now, those of you who are doing the sprint, it's time to start getting ready. It's time to start doing it, y'all. I love it. So listen, If you want to be a part of this action, all you got to do is show up. Go to savingdinner.com. You'll see it right there as soon as you go to savingdinner.com. Click on the sprint. You'll get it right then and there. And you get, through the week, you get videos, little videos and emails kind of encouraging you along the way, because there's 7 days of this. And then you get our fantastic community that I'm telling you, the women in our community are just simply the best. So, oh, the house story. Susan's asking about the house story. Oh my goodness. So this house was built in 1981. I wanted to go see it because it was on a lake and it was a screaming deal. The pictures, and I said to Marla, because Marla goes with me to every house showing. I said it's a dog, but it looks like it could be something. Let's go see. Let's go blah blah blah. Let's go see how it is. Well, I get there and we have to go and we have to go get the key from the other place, this, that, and the other thing. And so she was waiting. I had no cell service. I couldn't get a hold of her, and she finally left. I felt so bad. She came all the way out to Conisty to do it. It's just the worst. So we finally get up there and everything, and I'm feeling bad because she got up there and she didn't, all of that. And we get to the place, and it's worse than the pictures show. The smell is terrible. There's water leaking everywhere. And the guy says to us, he goes, yeah, we've got several offers on the way. And, Mark says, one of them is not going to be us. So the place was awful. Oh, and the lake, it was quote unquote a lakefront place, but you had to hike down through the brush, pretty much to get there. And then there's this little cesspool of, where I'm sure the mosquitoes bred. It was terrible. So believe when Mark said, I don't think about it, and he's showing me the plat map, he's looking, he goes, I don't think so. I said, just entertain me. So I had my entertainment for this morning. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm batting 0 for 0 so far. But you know what? My house is out there and it's going to show up. And I'm going to show you all the pictures, tell you all the details, take you through it, because the one we're going to find is going to be a complete dog, and we're going to have to redo it. It's just going to have the things that I want, which is great, right? Can you see it with me? I can see it. It's in my mind's eye. And we're going to be talking about our visions, by the way, if you're going to be joining me for Full Bloom. We're going to be talking about our visions and actualizing them and making them happen. Not that we are genies or magicians, or it's no ooga booga, weird, new agey, whatever. It's just what we happen to think about, we bring about. And when we're putting it all out there and we're enthusiastically behind it, it's funny how those things find us, isn't it? That's how I feel about it. And that's how excited I am about finding my house, being with you guys, and you know what? Being connected in my community. You guys are the best. The best. Pinkies up. And I will see you tomorrow. I will be on for Saturday and for Sunday, because we will be starting the sprint on Monday, but probably starting the week after that, or maybe after we get through all the way through the sprint, I'm going to be cutting it back a little bit and probably taking Sundays off, just because, I need a day where I don't look at mascara. Oh, good, Lynn. I'm so glad. I'm glad you're looking forward to Full Bloom. I appreciate that so much. You guys are absolutely the best. And thank you for showing up and being a part of my community. You are everything, and I'm so appreciative. You know that, right? Peace be with you. Love you. Bye.